Now, one of the things that Allah gave Quraysh was the Rihlat al-Shita'i wal-Sayf, the trip in the summertime and in the wintertime. And in that Rihla is so underestimated, people sort of don't recognize what's going on there, is that because of the issue of Abraha, the story of Abraha and Am al-Fil, because of that, the people realized you cannot mess around with Quraysh. You cannot do anything to them. You can't harm them. You can't molest them. And because of that, the Quraysh were able to go do trade up in the north and the south. Right? When they did trade in the north and the south, they naturally had to stop and rest. And when you stop and rest, you get to know people. Okay? When you get to know people, you give gifts back and forth, right? Between them, you just came with a whole load of goods, and these people are hosting you, or then they hosted you on your way up. Okay, so you're naturally going to give them some gifts. When you have these bonds of love between people developing now, okay, because of the mutual benefit, there are marriages. Ibn Abbas states that the Quraysh, because of the Rihlat al-Shita'i wal-Sayf, had intermarried with every tribe of the Arabs over a period of over those years, decades. Okay, decades. So by the time of the revelation, the trip of the summer and evening had been over 30 years. The winter and the summer had been over 20 years. In the winter time, they'd go to down to Yemen. In the summertime, they go up to Syria to do trade. Okay, over 30 years they have been doing this trip. Okay, so these two trips a year made them extremely wealthy, and they were also very well known amongst the Arabs, intermarried amongst the Arabs. So when the if the Quraysh is the people of Quraysh, you're naturally gonna know their chief, right? So everyone knows who Abu Talib is, or Abdul Muttalib is, and then Abu Talib. Everyone knows them. So when someone says later to them that you know that the grandson of Abdul Muttalib says he's a prophet, it should not be a surprise to anyone because of the story of the elephant. And the story of the elephant also has something similar in that when the Ababil came, Tayran Ababil, came down, they came down with these stones. The stone would go from the claw of the bird into the earth. Nobody would see it again. So it would go through everything. Okay? You didn't see them again. So it's something not like a regular pebble that you could just pick up and see. So what happened was that not everyone was killed. They weren't just all decimated. Okay? They were like routed. So what that caused is them to disperse in any direction. So all of the Arabs also got to witness, someone from them, a direct eyewitness testimony that this occurred, because they all just scattered in any direction that they were going. All right? Any direction that they could find safety in, they went. So north, south, east, and west, wherever they went, these soldiers were fleeing. Okay? So when you seeing blood, everyone's seeing bloody soldiers. And then when they come for Hajj, right, the pagan pilgrimage, they come and they talk. All these tribes, hey, you're from the north. Did you see that? Yeah, we got some. You're from the south. Did you get that? Yeah, we got one. Right? So they would continue to talk, and Allah Ta'ala preserved the lives of many of them so that they could, many of those soldiers, and their injuries, so that they could tell the story. Sayyidah Aisha said that there were 3 old men from the army of Abraha who stayed in Mecca, and they were all blind by the time they were older men. They had lost their vision, and the Arabs lost their vision a lot. And I think that it actually, some of them, people think that they eat too much dates, so the sugar would get them diabetes and they would become blind from that. Allahu A'lam, but that's what many people say. So many Arabs, it would be common to lose their eyesight at an old age. It's not something that's abnormal. Yeah. So they're eyewitnesses. So Allah Ta'ala keeps people to be eyewitnesses. Okay, so it's an amazing thing, Rihlat al-Shita'i wal-Sayf, in the idea of spreading the relationship between Quraysh and these other tribes.